All right, what's good? This is J Profit FX right here. All right, so on today's video, I said I was going to break to you guys or show you guys how I took the EURGBP trade that gave me a risk to reward of 1:13. Okay, last week I literally just closed out about 19 hour for the week. All right, only GBP EURGBP alone gave about 1:13 hour. All right, so I'm pleading on behalf of me. If you guys just like, I'm pleading on my own behalf, right? So don't forget to like this video. If you've not subscribed to my video on my channel, I should say, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button on this video, as that will help YouTube algorithm to suggest this video to many people as possible and let our community grow. All right, so let's get into this video and I'm going to show you guys how I got into the EURGBP trade. All right, first of all, last week was very amazing, even though I took quite some losses, which was about 3 losses. Was that 3 or 2? About 3 2. That was 2 losses, yeah. Euro CHF and as well the USD JPY re-entry, right? So last week, now I'm just going to show you guys. I'll start off from with USD JPY real quick, which I'm not going to waste much time on that. I'm just going to show you guys what happened on USD JPY. All right, going down to the 15 minutes time frame on USD JPY, right? It was real quick what happened there. So this trade definitely closed out around 1:4 hour. All right, hold on, let me change these settings. Yeah, text should be white. Is white okay? I don't know about white color, but I'm sorry, let me just use white for now. So this trade closed about 1:4 hour. Yeah, so 1:4 hour was what we got on USD JPY before NFP kicked in. So right here, the first drop had about 1:3 hour. We're running about 1:3 hour, and I notified my group members about the trade that they should lock in profit around there. So that was how we encountered, or how we made 1:3 hour on USD JPY last week, or on Friday, which was yesterday. So going over to the to the EURGBP trade. Let me pop our EURGBP shortly. All right, this is EURGBP right here, and as you can see the trade right here, it was very still intact. What happened, and you can see the first entry was 1:13, the second entry is 1:12, but I only took the one of 1:13, which gave me massive profit. Yeah, so the 1:12 is not really that valid. It's just the 1:12 is just a re-entry, which I personally didn't take. It was later on I was able to spot out that price gave what, or market gave a re-entry in the market. Now there's a very unique way on how I trade the forex market, right? Everybody is very unique in the way that they trade the forex market. All right, my own is that I have my patterns, I have my ways I go around the market, right? So there's this belief I always have about market structure, right? I believe that after every break of structure, there's always a retracement, right? After every break of structure, I mean, when I'm talking about break of structure, I mean the higher time frame. Now let me show you guys something real quick. Now I always tag this to the higher time frame, right? Whenever we have a break of structure on the higher time frame, I always have this belief that price will definitely retrace. All right, it's just like when we are creating lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high. All right, so this mentality just came into me, or it's part of my style of trading, that whenever price, for instance, price takes out, we are in a downtrend now, as we see the price of the market is moving down, right? So this is a lower high here, and this is a lower low, lower high here. So as price is going up to create a lower high, I was sure that since price created a lower high here, the next thing we expected is a lower low, right? After the lower low, we expect price to push back and create a lower high. All right, so since I know that this is possible, or this is the way the market moves, I got so convinced that, okay, since price moves in this pattern, why don't I always get into these retracement moves? And now I'm just going to show you guys, and that was the same thing I applied on EURGBP, and I was able to get the 1:13 hour trade movement. All right, so real quick now, let me show you guys what really happened on a sketch, right, on EURGBP, and how I got myself into the trade. All right, on a higher time frame, yeah. So this was what was happening on higher time frame. We were very bullish on higher time frame on EURGBP. So I was targeting an area of demand on EURGBP. So after some point, we have a very bullish movement, or a bullish momentum in EURGBP that pushed the price, or drove the price to the extreme, right? After price pushed to the extreme, you saw some massive rejection on EURGBP. So at some point, I was expecting price to like respect an area of demand around this area, because there was an area of demand present. I was expecting price to respect it and what continue to the upper side, but this was what price did. Price pushed up a little bit. As price pushed up a little bit, price broke structure. As price broke structure, this now came to my occurrence that this is now what, a change of character. All right, as I saw this as a change of character, here was the area or the higher low point that price took out. Okay, as price took out this higher low point, I was not like, okay, we now have what, we now have a change of character right in here. So as we have this change of character, I said that price is now going to, like, you know, retrace. Price is going to retrace and move backward or buy into this what, zone. Our price was going to buy into a premium zone before we can start seeing selling opportunities. All right, so this buying or this retracement into the premium zone can definitely be around anywhere. All right, let's assume this is the premium zone. This was what I assumed and what I saw and how I took the EURGBP trade. All right, I expected a price to retrace into an area or a premium area for it to start selling off from there, and the retracement move was what I got into. All right, so let's go into the chart. I'm going to show you guys how I got myself engaged on this EURGBP trade. Okay, so real quick right now, I'm just going to go over to the higher time frame and you're all going to see what happened and how I got myself. As you can see, this is a very nice retracement and not a normal trend. All right, you can look at the higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher higher low. It's just like an order flow. This is a market order flow right here. We have a bullish order flow, or I should just call it a retracement order flow, right, which price can still continue to the downside later on. All right, so this was the bias that my team had, or me in particular had. I had an area of demand I was looking to buy the market from around EURGBP recently, so from Friday, yesterday, I mean to say. So this was the change of character that occurred right there. And me and my team, that's how we trade, or that's how I trade, which I teach my teams as well. I tell them that no matter the structure of the market that you're looking at, right, on no account should you take any trade aggressively. You always have to wait out for confirmation, no matter the time frame that you're on. Even from lower time frame, always look out for confirmation, as this will boost your confidence in the market. All right, so you can see this liquidity area that just got swept out, and if I use my mode of entry, which is from swing high to swing low, it's around here, and I'm just gonna mark out this, extend it to the left, take this out. All right, so looking at this EURGBP right here, you can see that we had some lower time frame confirmation. If I drop down to like 5 minutes time frame, this is just the selling part of the market. This was what we looked out to taking on EURGBP before the market closed, but I told them I'm not going to take any trade because market is about to close. All right, so here is here's the break of structure, which we see or we know as a change of character, right? Because price already took out what, the higher low point. As price took out the higher low point, so nearest, or let me say by Monday or so, we expect price to like come into this area. As you can see, this point right here is already mitigated. There's an area of the supply right here. Price already mitigated it, as you can see. So this is the first mode of our entry. So we only want to execute when price returns to the area of supply again, and that's where we're going to execute. As you can see, liquidity down below here. Okay, this is liquidity right here. So if we take any sell trade from here on EURGBP in the coming week, we are going to look out to target this low right here. So returning back to what happened on EURGBP now, let me straight over to the 4 hours time frame. I'm going to show you guys what happened and how I was able to get a 1:13 hour trade. All right, okay, this is what happened on EURGBP. Now we can see that on the 4 hours time frame, price is very bullish. Price is bullish. You can see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This was the impulsive movement I was talking about. This was the impulse, or the massive impulse on EURGBP I was talking about, right? So we have that massive rejection to the downside, which price based out around here. As price based out around here, this now formed an kind of area of supply for me, because how I determine areas of supply and demand is that it has to base out, right? We have that drop base drop, rally base rally, drop base rally, all this kind of areas of supply and demand, right? So I was expecting price to, like, you know, fill up imbalance. This is a whole huge imbalance right here. To fill it up, at least, respect an area of demand and continue to the upper side. But price failed to do that, which price broke that area of demand that I had marked out around here and breaking a higher low as well, giving me rise to what? A chalk or change of character. This is on the higher time frame scale, because I deal with higher time frame mostly, as that is the surest way for me to get entries. As you all know that higher time frames is always the key. When you trade with higher time frames, you always get what? You get to filter the noises on the lower time frame, or the noise on the lower time frame, right? So as price give that change of character, it's just like a simple model where you have on the lower time frame scale, you're looking to get into a trade. For instance, you're looking to get into a trade, you just had a change of character model. You're creating higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, and all of a sudden price gives you a change of character, right? As you see a change of character right here, you are aware the price is going to at least retrace back into the area of supply before you can see a sell-off movement, right? That was the same principle I applied here on on EURGBP, right? I had this change of character model right down here, and I was expecting price to push to the upper side. All right, so real quick now, as I saw this, I've seen a change of character. Price took out higher low, took out my imbalance and everything. So I was not this now a change of character. So I was looking for price to at least retrace, if not for anything, 50%. I have liquidity, trailing liquidity here, at least 50% of this impulsive move down here before I can see retracement, or I can see what change in direction. All right, so this was what I did, and as immediately I saw it, I was like, okay, I think it's time to like get in for some buys and stuff, right? So going down to like 30 minutes time frame, or 15 was, I think it was 15 minutes time frame, because that's the time frame that we use to get into trade entries. All right, so when I go down to the 15 minutes time frame, I had to look out for two things. Two things that I looked out for was double confirmation. I had to look out for double confirmation, as double confirmation is how I trade when it comes to retracement move. All right, so when I got down to that lower time frame, this was something I looked out for. Sorry about that. This was something I looked out for, right? I needed to see a market movement like this. Already we are in a bearish order flow. You guys can see we're in a bearish order flow already. So what I wanted to see was, what I wanted to see was price to do something like this. Come down with that bearish order flow. Give me change of character, respect the first area of demand as this becomes a change of character, pushes higher, break structure on the new area of demand. That's where I'm going to execute my trade, as this is well confirmed trade entry. All right, so if you can see right here, this is the bearish order flow right here. This is a break of structure to the downside, which gave a lower low point, which price finally pushed itself higher to break a lower high point, right? As it broke a lower high, it gave me rise to change of character model, and price pushed to the upper side, came here, created liquidity. Now this was where this block here was block I pointed out price was going to like mitigate before breaking structure, but as you can see price broke structure. And now this was something very, very significant and very sweet that I did on EURGBP, right? So as price left out liquidity here, I was convinced to myself that okay, the new POI, or the new area of demand that's going to be formed that caused this break of structure right here, is likely not to be respected because of this liquidity. So hence what I did was I had to look out for what? I had to look out for what's it called? Confirmation. Immediately price tagged into that what? New area of demand right here. I had to look out for confirmation. All right, what was my confirmation here? My confirmation is just a usual confirmation, looking out for another extra change of character in the market, which I think I did with the lower time frame, right? So let's drop our chart back to that angle. I believe I did with lower time frame. I think it was like 5 minutes time frame or so, but let's check. It was 5 minutes or 1 minute, I've forgotten here. So this is the new area of demand right here. As you can see, this is the new area of demand, and this is the change of character model. As you can see, this was a bearish order flow, lower high, lower high, sorry, lower high, lower low, lower high. There's a new lower low here, and price took it out, giving rise to a change of character model. So as I saw this change of character here, I was like, okay, it's a confirmed entry. The price was going to respect this area of demand here. So I took my entry, I took my trade right from this area of what? From this area of demand right here. As you can see, price mitigated immediately, and we took off on EURGBP. Right? As it took off on EURGBP, Price played around for some time, and after that we saw the massive impulse to the upper side. Okay, so this was it. Immediately we started floating in profit about 3 hour or 2 hour. Then you can see 7 pips SL. This was the new break of structure right here, which price later returned to the new entry around here. Boom, tapped in. There's the second entry right here, and after that you can see price took off again, created liquidity right there, took it out, pushed to the upper side continuously, and here that was how it pushed into profit on EURGBP. So you can see 15 minutes time frame now looking very, very sweet and massive. And now what did I use as my TP? If you go to the 1 hour time frame, you're going to see that there's an imbalance by my left and as well an area of supply, the last standing area of supply before we can see price push to the upper side. All right, so that was what happened on EURGBP and how I was able to secure a 1:13 hour. So I'll pop up the trade profit I actually made on EURGBP on the screen. Yeah, so it's going to see 1:13 hour trade secure, real quick profit. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Let me show you guys the area of supply I used as my TP. This was the area of supply here, as we had a whole lot of imbalances to be fueled, and this is the area of supply. So price tapped into it, gave about 100 pips and 1:13 hour, and this was how I encountered the trade 1:13 hour on EURGBP. So guys, this was how I made the profit on EURGBP. If this is your first time hitting on my channel, I hope you guys find value in this video. Kindly subscribe, like this video, turn on your post notification to get notified when next I post a video. Don't forget to like, and let's grow our community. This is JProfitFX signing.